Hello, everyone. Welcome to Xi'An, China, the final day of competition and the final event, the Pairs Free program. And I'm so pleased to introduce to you a new member of our production team here, Rebecca Gallardi, a two-time Olympian, two-time medalist at the European Championship, and numerous other medals on the Grand Prix series. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Ted. Thank you for having me here with you today. And hello, everyone who's following in these days.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the transition after the Olympic Games. You're probably wondering, well, what am I going to do now, and how this came up, and why you took this very difficult job of working with us.
No, it's not that bad, honestly.
It's day one.
The first one.
It's day one.
Yeah, that's what I always think. But no, honestly, after 20 years skating, it's not easy to find your way to go after athlete's life. But honestly, this opportunity just came out, and I was, why not? At least something to learn from, and I think it's really nice, honestly. I really like it.
Well, we see you working really hard in the production studio, of course, and you'll be joining us in some of the pair coverage as well. And let's talk about that right now. We have the Pairs Free program coming up in just a few moments. Tell me what you saw in the short program and what we can expect to see in the free.
Oh, well, in the show program was a very good fight. We have a lot of good teams, and I think, free skating, it's not easy to manage. So I hope everyone tonight can enjoy the free skating and can just push through the limit, through their goals. And, competition is always competition. That's what we always say. So everyone just needs to enjoy and push herself in the best way.
Well, thank you for that. Welcome to the team. Back to the studio for your continued work, and we'll hear from Rebecca during the Grand Prix series. But up now, the Pairs Free program. There are 10 teams from 6 nations, and it all starts
right now.
Welcome back, everyone, for the final event here on week number 1 as we fly over this spectacular facility. It almost looks like a spaceship on the outside, and it's just an amazing environment on the inside. Good audiences all week long, wonderful ice quality. It's just an incredible facility, especially for a Junior Grand Prix. I'm Ted Barton along with Mark Hanratty in his studio in Nottingham as we get inside the arena to be introduced to the first group in the Pairs Free program.
Representing France,
法国组合
Abiho and Axel Ahmed. Representing United States of America,
美国组合
Balintej and Nikolai Apter. Representing United States of America,
美国组合
Alina Kerr and Sam Herbert. Skaters, your 6-minute warm-up begins now.
运动员现在将进行6分钟热身。
Well, there's a look at the start order for the first group. There will be
This
3
new team
groups.
has just
The first
begun
group of 3,
competing together.
second
He
group of 3,
already
the
competed
third
internationally in
group of
2026 with a
teams.
former
Now, we'd
partner.
like to welcome
They are
into the
in 10th
broadcast
place
our,
after the short program.
new member of the production team here, Rebecca Gallardi. Rebecca, congratulations on joining us. I'm not sure I should congratulate you because it's a pretty hard job that you've got, but Mark Hanratty, of course, in Nottingham with us. Mark, you're always full of questions and discussion, and so take it away and grill Rebecca.
Oh, poor Rebecca, you shouldn't inflict me on her so early, but it's wonderful to have you with us, Rebecca, and it'll be wonderful for us to have your expertise to look at the pair skaters that are obviously on the ice. First of all, and most importantly, how are you doing? You must be exhausted still after the Olympic season. I'm sure that you are still kind of coming to terms with the enormity of what that was at the competitive life.
Well, first of all, welcome for me, and thank you for having me. So that's a special gift.
Pleasure.
I'm so happy to be here. And well, it's just 6 months ago that my career ends up, but it's wonderful that I'm already very close to ice. So It's a very cool one by one side, but then it's hard on the other because, as you said, here we are working a lot. It's a new job for me. It's a very new opportunity. So still learning and try to enjoy every single moment. And honestly, I really like it, this.
Amazing. What a good message to send to the skaters to be able to enjoy every moment. And I mean, I could continually ask 100 questions of you, Rebecca, and I'm sure when I'm in Riga next week, then
We're gonna have a
Ted, I'll be
talk.
having to
No, I can tell you, actually, Rebecca, it's a real problem. When he starts asking questions, I have to pull him out because but that's why he's good with research and stories. So go ahead, Mark.
Well, I suppose as much as we would love to learn more from Rebecca, it would be great for us to really just utilize your expertise while we watch, obviously, the athletes on site now. Rebecca, obviously we know you from all of your successes as a senior skater and as an Olympian, but did you have junior Grand Prix experience yourself? I can't remember.
Never. Never.
Ah,
I
interesting.
started competing
Okay.
in seniors with Filippo, so 10 years only in seniors category. So for me, this junior experience is very, very new. But I saw a lot of good teams. It's very nice to see all those young guys try to push to their goals, to their dream, and then I hope to see them in seniors categories then in the future. Because that's the goal for everyone, just grow and go
Yeah.
to reach the senior and the highest level possible.
And Mark, I was saying to her, please understand that this standard of facility does not exist in the rest of the Junior Grand Prix. But it's been a wonderful experience and a good start for her. That's for sure. But she works so hard on clipping and doing all the things that she needs to
Yes.
do within the studio here. So we really thank her for the hard work.
No, it's a
And I
pleasure
think
for me.
we will be maybe one thing that we can promise the viewers that are not just watching the YouTube stream but potentially watching the ISU social media is that Rebecca already has plans for social media content of absurd proportions. So I gather Ted's going to be doing Group 5 Level 4 lift with you at some point next week.
Did you
Is
say
that right?
absurd proportions? Well, involving me is absurd. So, there you go. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the teams on the ice right now. Of course, they're the first three teams out. They were at the bottom of the short program, of course. What can we expect to see in a developing team? I mean, what are the what are the strategies here?
Oh, well, I think when you are that young, at least in pairs, the most important part, I think, is to be perfectly in the unison and together. So you have to be like one person on the ice. And that's only the time that the more you skate together, more you get used to these feelings, more you know each other in the best way possible. So when you are on the ice, you see that one pair looks like one person. That's, I think, the key to get a really good performance, even from the outside. Sometimes you see skaters, especially junior, need a lot of experience on this, not really matching sometimes, but that's a normal part of every athlete's career. You cannot be the best in the junior and then be the best in seniors. You need to growing up during time. But I think all these teams are on a very good way. They're pushing a lot of passion into the program. I saw some of them short programs while clipping, as you said. But it's really not the super good, but then I was very curious to see junior teams.
Yeah, we talked about that, Mark. There's a wider gap between junior and senior in the pair discipline than the other disciplines. Really small gap in the women, medium gap in the men, and in dance, sort of a medium gap. But there's a large gap in pairs because there's so much to learn.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And probably just before this warm-up closes, it's probably an opportune time for us just to acknowledge that as we head into this pairs free skate, we will be seeing something new this season. And it's very exciting because all of the teams now will be including a choreographic pair element that hasn't been seen. So this year there are choreographic pair lifts, choreographic pair spins, and of course we had the choreographic sequences. So we'll be keeping our eyes peeled for that. But the warm-up is now open.
And we will bring you back in the warm-up of the third group, okay?
Yes, see you
Okay, back to
later.
work there, Rebecca. Thank you so
Bye,
much for
Rebecca.
joining
Bye,
us.
ciao.
Okay, here we go. The first team out. Representing France, Abihal and Axel Hamad.
And Abby and Axel, the newest of all the teams, they tried out together in May, and since then, Abby has relocated from Canada to pursue their goal of being international pair skaters.
Well, Mark, for a team that has been together really for just basically 3 months or so, I think you said, there's safety is the most important priority here. And of course, teams that are just sort of starting out, these elements are a little bit dangerous at times. So I think they were very wise to jump very far apart. So that was one thing that you could notice, that this team was sort of early on in their development, and it got through the lifts. That's good, but they weren't easy as well.
Yeah, and I think, so amazing what they've accomplished in such a short space of time. And not just the fact that they've been together such a short space of time, but what has gone to get them together, a complete continental relocation from Abbey to facilitate this happening. And so, in the time that they've had to be able to split twist like that, to be able to have a program choreographed, it's remarkable, and testament to them and all that facilitated that for them.
Yeah, and you can see here the throws were really good. The mechanics of the throw, excellent. And Abby has a really good sense of when to check out on those throws. There's the lift, a pretty basic lift, of course, and just working on getting the turns, being safe through that lift. The quality will come in time and confidence. So there's the throw, double Sako. That was really nice. Good flow on the landing there. He got out of their way as he passed her through. And this went down, actually, in the short program, but nicely done here in the free. Let's see the level there, the forward inside death paddle, level 2. So that was a big increase from the short into the free program. There's that hand to hip, group 3, reverse rotation to start with. Not easy to stop that and then go the other direction. And that was pretty well done. And that is a group 3, level 4. So they got all 4 features there. So well done, really, considering the amount of time they've been together, Mark.
Oh, totally. And delighted to see the smiles and the kiss and crying. I was telling everybody that in the short program that Axel's got fire juggling and fire breathing in his life. Abby's actually a very accomplished baker. On Instagram, she's at the Everyday Bake, and you should check it out.
Yeah, 62.85 for the free program for Abby and Axel with a 95.35 total competition score. They're the first team out. The first building block of a team in the future. Our next team represents the United States. Balin Tesh and Nikolai Apter, 15 and 19 years old. Look to be a fairly new team. They're coached by Christopher and Alexa Kiniernan.
And Balin and Nikolai will skate to I Got Sahara Nights for the free skate. Balin and Nikolai at the conclusion of their free skate, and just so lovely to be able to have lip read. Balin saying good job to partner Nikolai at the end of that performance. And this is stronger than the short program that Balin and Nikolai had. And they've got such a great working environment. They're training with Christopher Kneedham and wife Alexa Kneedham and Timothy Leduc, and they're working hard to elevate the Park Ridge rank in Illinois and Chicago, and doing a great job with a great team of people there.
Yeah, you know,
support these athletes.
I'd like to ask Rebecca and see how long it took her to feel comfortable with a partner on the ice. You know, I know they had been skating 10 years together, but, you know, how long did it take in the beginning? Because it is a complicated discipline, because you can be two strong individual skaters, but if you don't know where your partner is, or, you know, not used to having somebody right beside you when you're jumping, how long does it take to actually get comfortable? There's the double twist. It is in at a level 1. A nice exit. And then the throw double loop, has to step out of there. The free leg was really high and forward, so couldn't get that back. Unfortunately, a problem on the double axles, landing on the quarter end, plus the step out. There's the group 5 reverse lift. Good start. Get those turns going nice and smooth. Change of position, change of hold. And that is in at a level 4. And here's that group 3 lift right near the end of the program, also in a level 4 as well. This was a better lift, a little bit more flow in the turns. One hand there. And as you gain that confidence and that speed, the speed really actually makes it physically easier because you've got the flow. But in the beginning, that's a little nerve-wracking to go fast.
And, you know, talking about the difficulty and the danger of this discipline, Balin's actually had some serious injuries in the past couple of seasons. She's broken both her arms and her nose with her former partner. So the fact that she goes out with such confidence and attack and aplomb says that she's found her niche. She's found the sport that she's rightly in.
63.49 for the free program. That is first with a total competition score of 104.28, as they early on will take the lead. Our next team represents the United States of America, Alina Kerr and Sam Herbert. And they're coached and choreographed by Amanda Ivora, a former American pair skater at a high level. And they will skate their free program here to the Mask of Zorro.
And Alina had told me how excited she was to see the Chinese fashion and how interested she was in fashion. Commitment even to the hair here as they prepare to skate to Mask of Zorro. Elena Kerr and Sam Herbert from the United States of America. Much better yesterday in the short program. They had a challenge with the pairs combo spin and a fall that left a kind of dark mark at the end of that performance. This significantly better, and they will be pleased to leave Xi'An with a performance more befitting of what they're capable of.
What impressed me was Alina's ability to know exactly where she is on the throw and check that out. Throwing the woman across the ice and spinning in the air is, I don't want to say the easy part, it is the easier part to get it started. But to stop the rotation and know exactly when you got to open it up, that is the key to great successful throws. And Alina was really good on that. We'll take a look at some of that in the replays. And you see, some of the best throws in the world. If you watch the woman, here is the twist, triple twist, got the split. It's in at a level 3, so 3 out of the 4 features were accomplished. That was awesome. Double axle's a little problematic, under rotated on one. There's the group 5 axle lift, little bit scratchy on the turns, doesn't cover a lot of ice, but actually pretty good position. One hand that comes in at a level 4, so they're getting the level of difficulty just with a small addition. There's the throw triple loop, so positive GOE. And here's the group 3 lift, the hand to hip up, and the turn start goes to the one hand. Change of position, change of hold, and then the dismount. And that is in at a level 4. So all 4 features accomplished. The GOE is just a small addition to that. There's the forward inside death spiral. That's nice. But just into level 3. So missing one of the features.
But interesting, this year we haven't acknowledged, as we look at this, one of the new elements to the pairs choreo spin. So they're looking thus far early in the competition almost like stationary lifts from the ice dance community, but also important for us to acknowledge the other addition this year for the pair skaters, that in the death spiral they can be assigned a level for both the entry and the exit this year, and so that helping the skaters to elevate their tech score, as we see Amanda Evora, she a 2010 Olympian.
And Amanda looks a lot happier today. There was a little bit of a struggle yesterday in the short program, but good free program. Let's take a look at their scores of 73.32. That is first in the free program so far, with a total competition score of 114.16 as they take the lead early on. Well, Mark, we can hear the Zamboni. We know what that means. What's up on our video playback list, Mark?
Chance to look back at the winners from last year's Junior Grand Prix at one of the assignments, Guo and Zhang, and then our must-watch series from the Junior Grand Prix in Bangkok last year. And finally, the interview that was conducted with Kemp and Elizarov, who went on to become the Junior World Champions.
Enjoy. We'll be back after this short break. Here in Bangkok with the pairs champions Ri Guo and Yuan Zhang from China. What a wonderful performance. I wanted to ask you how you felt about today's overall performance for you.
我觉得我们今天的表现比之前要好很多。我觉得这次的话，总体来说是有进步的。
Now there's a long time between now and the Junior Grand Prix final in Nagoya in December. What is it that you feel that you will work on and improve between now and the Junior Grand Prix final?
我们主要提高的是单跳，然后还有碾转、抛跳这些成功率嘛，争取在总决赛的时候，我们能带给大家更好的一个结果，把我们的动作做得更完美、更好。
Well, you're already a wonderful para team. Congratulations on the silver medal and now the gold medal. And we look forward to seeing you in Nagoya in the Junior Grand Prix final. Congratulations, the champions here in Bangkok. Welcome to Bangkok and Mark and Ted's must-watch moments. It's been a really exciting competition, some brilliant skating. Mark, what about the ice dance?
The must-watch moment in the ice dance competition goes to America's Hannah Maria Aboyan and Daniil Veselukin. Their Vogue rhythm dance was followed up by a Goddess of Victory Nike-inspired free dance. And they are hoping now with the win here to follow in the footsteps of their training mates Noemi Maria Tale and Noah Lafornara, who won gold at the Junior Grand Prix final and Junior World Championships last year. What about the women's event, Ted?
Mark, in the women, Mao Shimada of Japan once again takes the title here with brilliant skating. She did make 2 mistakes at the top of the program, but all the rest of her quality of skating makes her the very best in the world 3 times in a row, maybe 4 coming this season. Mark, what about the pairs?
The pairs must-watch moment goes to the champions from China, Rui Guo and Yiwen Zhang, who caused lots of excitement following their silver medal placement in Ankara 2 weeks ago, and they followed that up with the title in Bangkok and another wonderful quadruple twist.
In the men's event, Ryo Nakata of Japan, skating to Gladiator, lands 2 quads and his triple axels, dominated this event as he takes the title here and a trip to Nagoya for the Junior Grand Prix final.
My must-watch moment from the women's event has to go to Korea's Jeongyul Hwang. She was competing in her 3rd series on the Junior Grand Prix, having never won a medal before, and the reaction that she and her coach Jin Seo Kim had to that bronze medal was just so endearing and gives us such a brilliant insight into what this means to the skaters and their teams.
My must-watch moment from Bangkok comes in the women's category. There were 36 entries, and the 36th skater in this event, Susana Diaz Bermudez, is from Ecuador. She does not have coaches. She skates in Quito, her hometown, and works with coaches online from Mexico. Does not often get to see them in person. She skated to her music from her country and costumes related to her heritage. This was a special moment for her, and she was even injured on her way to get here. But she was so determined to represent her country on the Junior Grand Prix, and we see here the expansion of skating around the world. It's a special moment. Here in Ankara with the pairs champions Eva Kemp and Jonathan Elizarov of Canada. Now, I wanted to ask, first of all, congratulations. I wanted to ask you the transformation, and Mark and I were talking about this in the broadcast, the transformation you've made, not just technically because you were a strong technical team before, but in the emotional commitment and connection with the music. How did that happen? Particularly for you, it's incredible. You're doing a wonderful job. How did that happen?
Yeah, thank you. We've been working really hard, obviously, this season, just with the programs and stuff. We've been working really hard with our coaches and choreographers and everyone just giving us the confidence to be able to do it. And I think that's what helped us open up, is like knowing we can do all the stuff. So just putting it into a program.
And that choice of music, I mean, it's so beautiful, Claire de Lune. And how did you feel when that was first? And what was explained to you by the choreographers as to the choice of music and why they were giving that to you?
I think when the choreographers chose that music, they were trying to do something a little softer, something that, you know, we can present a little more to the audience instead of so element focused, like you said. And
also like letting us interpret the music instead of the music interpreting the program for us. Like we had to work for it. We had to learn how to emote and stuff. So
those first couple notes, and you have this beautiful, calm look on your face. I mean, does that beginning of the music help calm you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, compared to our last year's program, we're super intense and fast, and you're like go 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 go. This program's a lot more settling, and especially compared to the short as well. Like you take a second to, you know, take the moment in. Okay, time to start the program, and yeah.
Okay, you've established 2 wins here. You're going to Nagoya, Japan. That's awesome already. What is it that's going to make you better as you move on, not just in the junior Grand Prix final, but also in senior nationals?
Yeah, we still have a lot of levels and stuff to gain. We want to get our speed up. I think we can do even more with the choreography. Like we can still go more. So yeah, there's still room to grow.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. I mean, really 2 brilliant performances, such great improvement. We wish you the very best in the rest of the season. Eva Kemp and Jonathan Elizarov, the champions here in Ankara.
Thank you.
Let's welcome our next group of skaters.
欢迎第2组选手入场，
Representing Czechia,
捷克组合，
Leontina Horchichkova and Jindrik Clement. Representing Canada,
加拿大组合，
Brianna Dion and Jacob Cote. Representing Canada,
加拿大组合，
Aaliyah Tang and William Bosque. Skaters, your 6-minute warm-up begins now.
运动员现在将进行6分钟热身。
Welcome back, everyone. We are now in the warm-up of group number 2 of 3 in the pairs free program. There is a look at the start order, and it's sort of funny just to see 3 on a warm-up, Mark.
Yeah.
You know, there's not obviously as many pair teams around the world as there are single skaters or ice dancers, and also it's, you know, a dangerous warm-up. So I think the max you can put on is 4. I don't know if I've seen 5 pair teams on the ice, possibly.
There's 5 answers, but only ever 4 maximum on the pairs. And I wonder that's been a kind of a rule for as long as I can remember. And you know, I know that last year there was discussion again about perhaps changing some of the warm-ups. I've not heard any discussion ever on changing the number of skaters, but yeah, there was a discussion about potentially having just a 5-minute warm-up instead of the 6-minute warm-up for the short programs, but that didn't materialize, and certainly I don't think anybody would ever debate having more than the 4 teams on the ice.
I think when they start to work with the networks and figure out from a timing perspective, they're trying to increase the numbers, so they need to be more efficient with the broadcast time. So how can they do that? So, I mean, there was an idea about warming up off ice or somewhere else or whatever, so not stopping the competition, right? So, but I think that is such a sensitive topic, if you will, for the athletes and for the coaches, that more discussion and research has to sort of unfold before they make a decision. So they've left it as it is for the moment, but I think that they would take a look. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, the ISU it is a business for both the skaters and the coaches and the networks as well. So you've got to try to find a happy medium where the athletes, because they're athlete-centered, that's got to be the priority, but then also the networks are considered as to how to present the sport in the most efficient and cost-efficient and profitable way. So it gets complicated. Otherwise, it would have been fixed a long time ago.
Well, which ultimately serves the skaters, because obviously the more numbers that can be brought in to support this or to watch the sport, then the more opportunities that are then given to the athletes themselves. And I think one thing that I perhaps don't know if I should start. I've started, so I'll finish. But maybe it's because we've had a long weekend.
I'll push the off button if something goes wrong here. You know, the delay button here. Okay, what's up?
If I go down a rabbit hole, then you can silence me. But one of the things I am really mindful of, I know, and this stands for multiple sports and multiple organizations, but I know that often, you know, people in any organization, they're sort of worker bees, if you like, will sometimes feel like they're disconnected from the powers that be. But one thing that I am so grateful for in what I have been able to learn working with you, Ted, and the team over the course of the past 5 years on the Junior Grand Prix, by doing this commentary for the ISU, we see the staff, and I see, you know, the event coordinators, and you interact and come across so many people that are employed by the ISU, and my genuine, resounding and indisputable feeling is that there are so many people that all just want the same. They want the success of the sport and consequently the success of the athletes. I know too, having been a skater, having been a coach, a choreographer, knowing that so often the work, I don't know if worker bees is the right term, the stars, if you like, the skaters and the coaches will so often feel disconnected from the association and think, oh, why would they make these decisions? And they don't always get the opportunity to be in and around the staff like we have. and I can resolutely say that everybody just wants the best for the skaters. It's just in the world that we're in, with a constantly different changing landscape of viewership and entertainment, everybody's just trying to find out what is the new way to best present the sport.
You know, and I do think everybody's positive about the changes that are happening within the ISU and the effort that's being made in the presentation of the sport. And to that point, it was announced on the ISU website, of course, that a contract for networks for coverage of the Junior Grand Prix for Japan and Korea and a number of European countries as well. So that is good. We had that originally a while ago, and then it's sort of, I'm not sure what happened during, COVID and all that, but they have a contract there. It's going to raise the profile of the junior development and the junior skaters coming up, transitioning to seniors, and that's just really good business to happen. So that's an exciting announcement. If you want to read more on that, it is on the ISU front page, I believe, website, isu.org. So there, I wanted to get that in. I forgot a little earlier today, and then you started talking. I wasn't listening, and then I started thinking about what I wanted to say. So that's it. There you go.
Take that off your list. Happy days.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to acknowledge what we can see there on screen is the team from Czechia, Hortzikova and Clement. They also have Daria Timofeyeva there ringside, the skater from that nation who competed in the women's discipline, there to support one of their training mates. And it's just nice for us to be able to catch on camera the community spirit that happens backstage and the support and camaraderie that skaters have for one another.
Absolutely. And we're going to try to get Rebecca to join us again on the warm-up of the final 4 teams. We'll see what her workload is at. She's across the tables from me, and she's completely focused. She's got her eyeballs about 3 inches away from the screen because she's got so much work to do with clipping the tapes, clipping the pieces and whatnot. As we take a look there at a double twist. Go ahead, Mark.
Nice. I was going to say that, that team that, those that watch the stream don't necessarily know about, but increasingly the actual athletes that returning year on year are starting to connect with the likes of our wonderful team of Rosa and Thomas, who will do the interviews and catch the social media backstage. And obviously Teresa does so much work in the senior, and seniors just absolutely gravitate towards these people now because they make them feel good.
Simply said, it's a one big family here on the juniors, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of wonderful people and a lot of wonderful skaters. As we get started on group number 2, the final event on week 1 of the Junior Grand Prix, the pairs free program. Our next team represents Czechia, Liotina Hortzikova and Ginrich Clement. They are coached and choreographed by Peter Bidar.
This another very, very new team teaming up, just are announcing their partnership in April of this year, skating to Riddles and Shape of Lies. Czechia's Leontina Horzakova and Jindřich Clement. Ted, the fact that they two, like an earlier team in this competition, the French team, Abby and Axel, together for a matter of months, almost weeks, it just mesmerizing what they have done. And I've also got to say that for me, I am impressed that there was such a choreographic pursuit. When a team has been together for such a short period of time, it would be understandable if they would play it very simple in the transitions. But there were lots of really good transitions. In the program.
I thought the some of the choreography was complex for the amount of time that they've been together, and I don't mean complex like too much. I thought I was really wise because it was balancing out just the basics, technical skills, adding some of the program components as well as they gain experience. Let's take a look at some of the elements here. Yeah, I really sort of appreciated the music and what they tried to do with it. But time will make it much better, of course. There's the double twist that is in just at level 2, so missing 2 features. That's okay. That was probably part of the plan. There's the side-by-side triple Salchows. That's a minus GOE because it's the step out. And there is the group 4 lift, level 3, so just missing one of the features. And just a little slow. And we're seeing, in the junior pair events, there's the throw double Salchow, and that got hung on to maybe a little bit too long in the throw, and so she was really forward, but fixed that on the throw double loop. And there is the group 3 lift, and that comes in at a level 4, so all 4 features accomplished there as well. But as you notice, pair skating is extremely difficult, and most of them come out of single skating perhaps, and then when you come together with a partner, you need to learn how to skate with them, then you need to learn individual elements that are side by side, and then you need to learn the pair elements. There's so much to learn, and many of them have an element of danger to them, so it takes time to get comfortable.
And this team, their goal is very definitely Junior Worlds in Sofia. And I think they've got a GoFundMe in their social media to help them with the cost of training. So we say, as we know, it's an incredibly expensive sport. And they both have big families. Jindřich, one of 6, as I mentioned in the short program. Leontina, one of 5 children.
72.72. That is second in the free program with a total competition score of 117.98. But they will take the lead after that free program. And they look pretty happy with that. Some more experience gained here is so important. It's not always comfortable, but getting out in competition, learning how to be with one another and skate with one another is part of the journey. Our next team represents Canada. 16-year-old Brianna Dion, 20-year-old Jacob Cote. They're choreographed and coached here by Joey Russell. Ryan Arnold is here with them from a technical perspective. And they'll skate the free program to Clocks by Coldplay.
Brianna Dion and Jacob Cote from Canada completed their free skate, and it's so interesting to see these different teams in their different stages of development, because this team obviously comfortable with their individual pursuits. The double axels were relatively strong, and the triple saltos later in the program looked good too, as the Canadian ice dancers cheer them on from the top of the stands. And now this team hoping to, as I mentioned in the short program, take over from where Eva Kemp and Jonathan Elizarov and Jasmine and Kieran last year, who were successful in the junior ranks, to take Canadian junior skating internationally successfully as well.
Yeah, this team looks like great progress has been made from last season. See some nice throws and some nice lifts as well. It's coming together really nicely as they get a hug from Ryan Arnold, a former pair skater in Canada himself. And let's take a look at some of the elements here. And as you said, you know, with the retirements, or not the retirement, some of the teams moving up, there's the triple twist comes into the level 2. So missing 2 out of the 4 features, maybe the plan, the double axles. Look at the fight for Brianna.
Well.
She's just hanging on there. And you have to have that skill of how to fight through an element that has a bit of a problem. There's the group 5 lift, one hand at the end with the dismount. Here is the throw triple flip, which is probably a new element. Really good mechanics on it. Unfortunately, just a little over rotated and had to take the fall on that. There's a group 3 lift, hand to hip, grabs the blade feature, change of position, change of hold, and this comes in at level 2, in fact. So missing 2 features there is under review at the moment, actually.
For me, it was just the lifts. I mean, I thought they did brilliantly, but the lifts, including the choreographic spinning movement, just where the alignment, the body control is probably the weakest of the elements for the team. Just hopefully amassing more range of movement and cleaner movement in the air to improve the grades of execution.
Yeah.
And little known stat, Ryan Yarnold, their coach that's with them here, the first ever to do a throw triple lutz, apparently, with Megan Duhamel at the 2005 World Junior Championships.
You are like an investigator. It's unbelievable what you find.
I've got friends and places sharing information.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's good. You're still connected. Let's take a look at the scores for Brianna and Jacob. 81.35. That is first in the free program. That's nice. 128.02, and that'll put Brianna and Jacob of Canada currently into first place.
You see the strapping on Jacob there as well, so even more admirable when there's maybe a little niggle under wraps there on his right shoulder.
Our next team also represents Canada. Alia Tang and William Bosque, coached by Alison Perkis, Nancy Lemaire. And they're going to...
Two Canadian... Oh, sorry, Ted, I was going to say these 2 Canadian teams are separated by just 0.04 of a point after the short program.
And they will skate to Pirates of the Caribbean.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones. The seas be ours and by the powers where we will roam.
Alia Tan and William Buxgate, one of the youngest teams in the competition. And as I mentioned in the short program, she the youngest in the entire event. Now they wait to see if that will be enough to stay ahead of their compatriots. The technical element score currently coming in 4 points adrift from Brianna and Jacob. So it remains to be seen. But as you rightly mentioned, Ted, off air, the Canadian Skating Federation is so mindful of kind of athletes holistically, and this team being as young as they are, it will be about more than just how they fare respective to the other Canadian team.
You have to build long term, and so you may not have the great success when you're juniors as long as you're building long term, and it might be partnerships split up and find someone else. Who knows? But it's a long journey, and you need to build it properly, and it takes time. There's a look at the Group 5 axle lift or Group 5 step lift. Pardon me. There's the change of hold. She grabs the blade. It's a feature, and that is coming in at a level 3. So missing one of the features here. Here's the throw, double loop. Nice. She checks out beautifully, opens up right at the right time, has beautiful flow. This is the level 4. So they had a difficult entry. Here's one. There's one. And then there is 2. And then there is the exit right here. So they have a level 4 death spiral with a plus GOE of 0.68. There is the throw double flip. So all the basics here are good, and they need to be polished up a little bit. Fair enough. There's the Group 3 lift, hand hip, change hold. He has pretty good flow across the ice. It'll grow as the confidence does in speed.
A difficult finish position, and interestingly, as we see this choice of finish position, it's important to note that this team actually, from a composition perspective, this Pirates of the Caribbean concept went down well with the judges, and that's their strongest of the 3 component scores.
Yeah. Well, she has a 76.17. That's second in the free program with a 122.88 for Alia and William, and that puts them currently into second place with 4 teams to come.
Let's welcome our final group of skaters.
欢迎最后一组选手入场。
Representing United States of America,
美国组合
Sophia Yarmuk and Luke Witkowski. Representing People's Republic of China,
中国组合王晨林、陈永正。
Representing People's Republic of China,
中国组合陈宇轩、董印博。
Representing AIN,
AIN 组合
Polina Shishelyeva and Igor Karnakov. Skaters, your 6-minute warm-up begins now.
运动员现在将进行6分钟热身。
And there's a look at the start order for the final group in the Paris Free program as we start to wind down Junior Grand Prix Series Week 1. And there'll be medals awarded, but more importantly, the points that will be earned by the placements, helping these teams qualify for the Junior Grand Prix final in December. But they will need to skate 2 of the 4 opportunities in the Junior Grand Prix Series and get. Although Mark, gets a little easier in pairs, we saw some 3rds and 5ths qualify for the final as opposed to in singles. So it's a little bit of a different range of placement and points. And remember, there are 15 points for first place, 13 for second, 11 for third, and so on down the line.
Yes, of course, with just the 4 pairs events, then less teams fighting for the same spots. As we see the teams being introduced to the arena. Just a chance for us to confirm, Ted, as we watch this final warm-up group. Some of those changes, we were going to talk about it with Rebecca, but she's busy lady creating the content that we all will enjoy online later. The pairs this year enhanced chances of a higher death spiral level, and we saw that with the Canadians that have just completed their performance. Now the teams can get an extra level in the death spiral if they have a difficult entry and difficult exit, so we can be expecting higher levels in that element for the teams. And then also now for these junior pairs, they will be doing a choreographic pair spin. Now, as the event has unfolded, the choreographic pair spin looks, for some, it may look more like a lift because the requirements are such that the choreographic pair spin must have a minimum of 3 consecutive revolutions executed on 1 or 2 blades, at least by one partner. And the teams have obviously established that their great chance of a higher grade of execution is to turn it into a lift.
Okay, when you read all that, it hurts my brain, okay?
Yeah.
No, that has to be
Communication as
obviously
well.
laid out for the technical panel and for the coaches and whatnot, but it's a difficult one to explain to, well, to skating audience, yeah, perhaps, but watch out there. But to the general audience going, okay, slow down. What is that saying again? Yeah. We should actually get graphics up to be able to show that. It will help.
Wouldn't that be? I was just thinking of how wonderful it would be if we could have some graphics and the ability to
totally.
bring them up.
Totally. Well,
and I think, Ted, I wonder how you feel about when we're differentiating these teams. The team that leads the field, Polina Shishleva and Igor Karnakov, they have a huge margin over the other teams at present. And you can notice just in the warm-up when you make the comparisons, the body alignment and the skating skills of that team are at such an elevated standpoint that it gives the judges a much higher base point for assigning those program component scores. And it was just evident as we saw that throw triple flip, I think it was, just the difference in the body awareness.
Yeah, and you mentioned off air, we were talking about there are a few, and only a few, countries that have no limits and resources. You talked about the training center in Beijing. It's 24/7. So the athletes have an opportunity. Doesn't matter. They can have their choreography 3 o'clock in the morning. Whatever they need, that rink is there. It doesn't cost them anything. They've got the coaches. They've got everything going. And of course, in other countries as well, they're funded by the government. They have all the resources. So their whole lives are focused on the ballet and the posture, the acrobatics and the physical training and all those things. In other societies, you don't have that. You have to buy that ice. You buy the physiotherapy. You buy all those things, which is more expensive. That's okay. Some people can afford it. But they're also going to school. So they have a number of different things that prohibit them from, I suppose, to a certain degree, professionalizing their pursuit of excellence at a high level early on in their career. Now, that's not a criticism of one system or the other. That's just simply an analysis of the realities of what the sport is. So if you want to change that, you have to change the situation or the system that you currently work in. Now, on the other hand, what the wild card is when you have a passionate person that understands that commitment and it comes from them, not from anyone else. I don't want to say it doesn't really matter where you are because you're so committed to do it, but you certainly can do it in either system. So, that's why we see a big disparity when it comes to juniors and in some cases seniors as well.
Well, and I think your final point there is really evident in juniors because at this early developmental stage, if we're comparing athletes who have exposure to daily ballet, daily dance training, daily skating skills education, that's going to produce a much better quality result than the athlete that gets to skate maybe 4 times a week. And on those sessions, they can have to fit in their run-throughs and their basic skills and their elements. It's a very different playing field for everybody in the production of what they offer.
Yeah, and if there's no cost to the family or very little cost to the family, then there are no barriers, right? So the different systems, different societies around the world, that's the reality of our planet. Every society is a little bit different here and there. So that's what the playing field is not to complain, it's simply to analyze, and that's what we're dealing with. And you see that generally a little bit more within the juniors than you would in the seniors. Anyways, we will stop rambling and we'll move on to the competition. We've got 2 seconds left. Well done. We covered that warm-up session.
whether we covered it well or badly.
Well, that's a different issue. That's for other people to judge, that's for sure. But we got it done. The last warm-up of week 1 for us. Our next team represents the United States of America. Sophia Yarmark, Luke Witkowski. She is 21. He is 22nd Junior Grand Prix season. They placed 8th last year in Ankara.
And as has been the case further down the standings, the proximity of scores between some of these teams is minute. And Sophia and Luke find themselves less than 0.2 of a point adrift from the bronze medal position after the short program. Now they skate to Another Love by Tom Odell.
I wanna take you somewhere, you know I care, but it's so cold and I don't know where. I brought you daffodils on a pretty string, but they won't flower like they did last spring. And I wanna kiss you, make you feel alright. I'm just so tired to share my nights. I wanna cry and I wanna love, but all my tears have been used up on another love, another love. All my tears have been used up on another love, another love. All my tears have been used all on another love, another love. All my tears have been used all.
Sophia Yarmark and Luke Witkowski from the United States of America just processing the performance that was delivered. Highs and lows throughout, but irrespective of what took place within the technical element score for Sophia and Luke, I'm conscious of the development that they've had in the maturity of performance and tapping into a little bit more age and life experience that they have, and other wins we've seen from the other teams in this event.
I think it was a good choice of music. They're, both a good-looking team, that's for sure, and there is a bit of a connection there. And if they match the technical elements and have a little bit of emotion in there, in the court, like ice dancers and the connect, this could be special. What makes a special pair team? Obviously, the technical element at the highest level, boom. But a storytelling, or you feel it's a marriage between dance and acrobatics, if you will. And this team could do that. They're not there yet, but they could do that.
And interestingly, the team cited if they were offered the opportunity to have a lesson from any one pair team, as we look back at their split double twist, they chose Barbara Underhill and Paul Martini, former Canadian world champions. And I thought that
cool?
Showcases their education.
Well, I should show them the Theatre of Champions piece about their history, about that story. It's an incredible story. You'll be able to watch that pretty soon on the Skate Canada Virtual Museum. Here's a group 5 axle lift. That was nice, clean and up. Good flow on the turns. There's the change of position, change of hold for Luke. Really well done. A little far apart on these. That's okay. And the group hand-to-hand lift. Carries really good turns. You don't see a lot of snow. There's good flow in between. And of course, that will only increase in speed as the confidence is gained and as they continue on their journey. And there is the choreographic spin right at the end of the program.
Yeah, and choosing to rotate on one foot. That doesn't increase the difficulty of the level, but should enhance the judges' perception of the grade of execution. And I don't know if Luke's going to speak, but remember yesterday after the short program, he was trying to explain something to the microphone. He does the PR and media for an up-and-coming rock band, Naturally Happening, and he said the single It Takes Time is now out wherever you stream your music. So
there you go.
To share that
you got that. 82.78 for Sophia and Luke. That is first in the free program with a total score of 132.21. They take the lead with 3 teams to come. Can they climb up one more step onto the podium? We'll find out in just a little while. Our next team represents China. 13-year-old Chen Ning Wang, 18-year-old Yongzhen Chen.
And you mentioned, Ted, about the American team trying to move up onto the podium, but the audience in Xi'An City here at the arena will be desperately hoping that this team can maintain the position that they find themselves coming into the free skate in. From China, Chen Lin Wang and Yang Zhan Chen, and this an amazing insight into the different approaches of the various teams competing in this junior pairs free skate, as we see the cuddly toys thrown in abundance for this team. What a moment for them to be treated like little rock stars in this competition. This team, we saw so many, well, 3 wonderful women competing in the women's free skate yesterday, and I was wondering about assessing how the different teams prepare. I sense that Chen Ling Wang has been instilled into pairs from a very young age because her comfort on the side-by-side single jumps, not great. Her comfort in being thrown in a pairs throw jump style, excellent.
Yeah, no question. Here at the double axes, you can see that a little under-rotated. I think it's downgrade. So that's to be expected at the strength, just 13 years of age. But there's the throw triple flip, huge, right on top of the landing. But the second throw was even better. There's the group 5 axle lift, one hand, good flow, good turns. She's got a great position, strong back, grabs the blade, and that comes in level 3. So missing one of the features. Watch this. This is forward outside, the most difficult death spiral. That's incredible. That comes in at level 3, but has a higher base value. And you don't have to see it because it's a very difficult and awkward position to take. Here's the second throw. Much better flow on the landing. Boom. Nice. And the group 3 lift a little bit later.
Yes, and it really is. If only we could have a little insight or potted history of the education point that the athletes have had to get to this stage, because the takeoffs of the throws and the forward outside death spiral that you referenced looks just so much in line with the technique that we've seen from some of the revered Chinese pair teams from history gone by, and I think they've obviously studied the greats from their nation.
Probably the first element that they teach them almost, because it looks so solid. Let's take a look at the scores. Free program, 84.89. They're thrilled with that. That is first in the free program with a 134.50. They know they are on the podium, and you can see the reaction in the kiss and cry and in the audience.
Oh, the coach looks really like she's trying to hold back the tears.
Yeah, look at that. Just over 2 points. And they take at least the bronze, maybe more. 2 teams to come. Our next team also represents China. 14-year-old Yu Chen and 17-year-old Ying Bodong. This is their second Junior Grand Prix season, Mark.
And the concept for this program is that the story is set in an ancient Egyptian royal court. Chen Lin Wang and Yong Zhen Cheng. The toys are thrown again abundantly onto the ice, and this team has showcased so much progression over the last year. When we saw them on the Junior Grand Prix last year, they had been together a matter of months before they'd worked with choreographer Benoit Richaud, and now so much more they are able to give to the choreography because of their time together as a team. And this was of a story of a queen and her loyal servant, and then his devotion to her offers him the chance to become a king alongside her. There's a concept, there's a story, and they embraced it through the choreography.
And how cool is that? The size of the audience here. I mean, this is the Junior Grand Prix week 1, the beginning of a new quad. I mean, that's incredible. So that is absolutely outstanding. We've seen some really good skating, and we've seen the future, really.
Yes.
And it'll change a lot between now and then, of course. There's the triple flips. I mean, one of the more difficult jumps to do for anyone, let alone the pair teams, young pair teams. There's the triple twist in at a level 3. So 3 out of the 4 possible features. And here's the triple toe loops that were nicely done. And up into the double axles. And they'll work that a little closer together as they continue to evolve. Group 5 axle lift. And that is in at a level 4. So all 4 of the features, and good flow through those turns as well. And this is the forward outside death spiral. You can see that difficult entry. And there is 1 and 2. And they have only level 3, so they're missing one of the features there. Throw triple sock out. That was easy.
Yeah, I think she graced the ice with her left foot, so she's a little bit fortunate in my perspective to have the positive grade of execution, but nevertheless, the takeoff quality is so good.
Yeah, and you can see aspects of senior skating, not totally senior yet, but they're strong juniors, and they are closing the gap between junior and senior for them as they begin to move forward. But they're only 14 and 17, so they cannot move to senior for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I completely agree. And for me, particularly with Xi'An Chen, she exudes a confidence. And but for me, her posture is just so good. So it projects everything that she's selling with so much more authority as their coaches Yang Ding join them. Great progression made over the year since we saw them last season.
Free program score 103.64. That is first. Total competition score 157.52. They take the lead with one team to come. Well, the challenge is the team that is in first place after the short program has a big lead. So maybe silver is as high as they will climb, but it certainly puts them in the equation to qualify for the Junior Grand Prix final. Of course, they have to do one more event and get at least a silver, bronze, or gold. There is the next team representing. They are neutral athletes, Polina Shesheleva and Igor Karnikov.
They were wonderful in the short program. They're completely different stylistically for their free skate. The track lights that flicker. Make sure to appreciate the quality of skating skill in addition to what we can assume to be more great pair elements.
will surely come. Justice, thy will be done. When in love we offer our hand, we come into the promised land. In Montgomery, she would not move to the salty sea. He marched for truth. They're calling out day and night. Open your eyes and walk in the light. We come into the promised land.
Representing
Well, Mark, I've been covering the Junior Grand Prix for at least 14 years, and I have never seen, I've seen a lot of really good pair teams, no question. I have never seen a team at this level. I know they're junior, they're age eligible. She's only 14 years old, so she can't even go senior for another 3 years, but I have never seen anything like that. It was extraordinary.
Truly extraordinary, and I'm sure that we could be looking at junior world records, and that's even with changes in criteria, and the quality of each individual element just so impressive. And indeed, not just the quality of the elements, but the difficulty of what they offered. The triple flip Euler triple salchow, just not something done by any of the seniors at the Olympic Winter Games earlier this year.
Is the triple twist. That's in the level 4 with a plus 2.16 added to that score because it was done so well. Here's the triple flip. Euler, triple salchow, incredible. Massive
and
points, 11.3.
Well,
yeah.
And as we look back at this, Ted, furthermore, in addition to the quality of the elements as elements themselves, as we see the throw, then we also have to appreciate that it's followed up by quality of transition and mindfulness. This, the forward outside death spiral that we've referenced from other teams, delivered but with a more difficult free leg position, more body control needed to hit that line, and line done with such glorious extension too.
Yeah, forward outside death spiral level 3. So missing one of the features, but not a big deal. Here's the throw, triple loop. Look at the distance across the ice and the riding. She gets that free leg back just in time to establish the landing position. And there's the group 3 lift, hand, or a group 3 lift, yes, hand hip. Great ice coverage of the turns as well. Maybe a little slower than he will have that as senior. And here's the final choreographic spin right at the end of the program. It really wasn't much out of place. They were overpowering with speed and ice coverage and exquisite in their performance. And right on cue, technically, for each one of the elements. Massive technical score.
And even that, you know, the finish of the program from Polina, the refinement and the class that she has. I also found the way in which she salvaged the landing of the throw triple loop, the maturity in which she
Calmness.
disguised what was less optimal was testament to the maturity.
What
that they
was
have.
the top score that you found?
Xi'An 118.54.
Here's 126.30, so that would be the top score that we've ever had in the junior pairs free program. 191.84. That's got a 1 beside it, but yeah, that's obvious. Wow, look at that. That is amazing. Not quite 40-point differential, but well, I never thought I would see that.
I think I can be really, really proud about both days. Like from the short through the free skating, they achieve everything, and they're so good. Of course, they're still young. They can grow on the expression part.
Yeah.
Be the presential on the ice, okay. But with these technical elements, like I think they're a very potential pair team for the future.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. I think the program components will continue to grow and improve, that's for sure. We want to thank everyone. Rebecca, thank you for joining us. We're gonna have you on throughout the throughout the 7 weeks. If you've got time.
Course. I'll always be here.
Yeah, and you can stay on and watch the medal presentations. I know, Rebecca, you've got to go backstage and actually interview this team. So that's
first interview.
I will go with you, no question. Mark Hanratty, thank you so much for being involved this week. We will see you in Riga. We'll both be there live in Riga. We'll bring you all up to date on what's happening on the Junior Grand Prix and the skating season throughout the next 6 weeks. And we'll step aside. Please stay online to watch the medal presentation. For all of us here at the ISU, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week in Riga.
2026国际世界花样滑冰大奖赛西安站双人滑颁奖仪式现在开始。
Third, and winners of the bronze medal.
铜牌获得者
From People's Republic of China.
中国组合王晨林、陈永正。
Second, and winners of the silver medal.
银牌获得者
From People's Republic of China.
中国组合陈宇轩、董印博。
First, and winners of the gold medal.
金牌获得者
Representing AIN.
AIN 组合
Polina Sheshelyeva and Igor Karnikov. Please welcome the president of the Chinese Figure Skating Association, Ren Hongguo. He will award the medals.
有请中国花样滑冰协会主席任洪国先生为获奖运动员颁发奖牌。
Please welcome the CEO of Honghe Investment Company Limited, Michelle Fong. She will award the gifts.
有请红河投资有限公司董事长米歇尔·峰女士为获奖运动员颁发礼品。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of the winner.
女士们、先生们，请起立，奏获胜曲。
Ladies and gentlemen, these are your medalists.
女士们、先生们，让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。
ISU Figure Skating Junior Grand Prix Xi'An 2026 Victory Ceremony Men.
2026国际滑联世界青年花样滑冰大奖赛西安站男子单人滑颁奖仪式现在开始。
Third and winner of the bronze medal
铜牌获得者
from Japan,
日本选手
Ebihara Daya. Second and winner of the silver medal
银牌获得者
from New Zealand,
新西兰选手
Yanhao Lee. First and winner of the gold medal
金牌获得者
representing AIN,
AIN 选手
Lev Lazarev. Please welcome the Director of the Competitive Sports Division of the Shanxi Provincial Sports Bureau, Fan Xiaogang. He will award the medals.
有请陕西省体育局竞技体育处处长方小刚先生为获奖运动员颁发奖牌。
Please welcome the Executive Director of Shanxi Provincial Sports Industry Group Company Limited, Gao Qinyin. He will award the gifts.
有请陕西省体育产业集团有限公司执行董事高秦银先生为获奖运动员颁发礼品。
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of the winner.
女士们、先生们，请起立，奏获胜曲。
Ladies and gentlemen, these are your medalists.
女士们、先生们，让我们向获奖运动员表示热烈的祝贺。